From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Tonight, we're on to week 2 in the NFL season as we've got a good one here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Now the second-year man, here's Kenneth Gainwell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Myles Garrett showing that athleticism as he gets in to make the play.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
From the 50 in Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, the turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that.
Thank
but
you.
Here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, this defense for the Chargers, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. The Chiefs had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
They'll get it inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And the Chiefs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. First and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Johnson is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal.
They're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
And he's not going to push his way forward. He's going to be stopped at the 2-yard line. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Defense simply not fooled by the draw there.
Well, they were thinking run to begin with, and what they tell their defensive linemen is play the run on your way to the quarterback. If someone shows, go get him, and that's exactly what they did.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's fourth down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going. Their second drive here, the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's first and 10 just outside the 30. Here's Stafford. Looking deep for Adams. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now a first carry for their fullback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defense coordinator. Body after body getting to him before he can get started.
On second down, Gainwell looking for space. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing on third down, Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Aiden Hutchinson brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This a 43-yard attempt. Oh, and Elliott has pushed it to the right. It is no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So it's an empty trip downfield there as they get a missed field goal on 4th down.
And I didn't see anything in the setup. It's a good snap, good hold.
Yep.
He just pushed it, and that one never wanted to come back.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Here's a give up the middle. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On play action, they'll throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. 25 yards that time. 2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. They'll drop to throw. The quick slant caught. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Tyler Conklin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
The tight end position has always been dangerous, especially in the red zone, short field, but now even more so because these tight ends aren't necessarily the tight ends of old. They're the rocked-up wide receivers who have a little bit more speed, way harder to cover than before.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Charger drive about to get going. They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Now this throw caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Jamin Davis there to bring him down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford. He's got a man here. It's Montgomery. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 36 yards on the play.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air.
Trying to get that to Adams, but that's intercepted. Picked up by Ambry Thomas. The 40. The 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And that makes our score 17-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited?
On Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Nice chunky yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. Well, they were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Now Aldrich Rosas for the field goal attempt. He hit his first. Now this from 43. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and the lead will stay put at 17.
Looked like you might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash because you've got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Stafford. Yet again, targeting and finding Mark Andrews. From the 31, Stafford.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a 1st down himself.
First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. It's caught here by Adams. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Throwing again on 2nd down. Stafford, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Multiple players getting home there, and it's a loss of 2 on the sack. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. Now here, another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the 1st half.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nick Bolton. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. A killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run forward, Montgomery. He's going to be brought down a few yards short of the goal line, and they're going to be unable to stop the clock from here. So close yet so far, and that's going to be how this first half will come to an end. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. He was solid on the field goal, but not as solid on the kickoff there, and that'll put him at the 40-yard line to start this drive. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Looking to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I'd pin the loss on him. But there's no question, this is a learning process, and that was step 1, and he's hoping on the road to glory.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it's just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
You're looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, but a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
From the gun, he'll hand this off, and he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. Rosa's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
32.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Brandon Smith in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Stafford now to throw. Throwing for Montgomery. He's got him on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 2 big plays in succession, and the Chargers on the move.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
58 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Nick Bolton, and the Chiefs will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Things looking much rosier for them here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Back to throw here. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll work this down inside the 30. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
On the set. Watch out now. 50 Fury. Ready?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Down at the 25.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Rosa's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Charger drive about to get going. It's been a tough go for them as still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another first down, this time on a gain of 19. Now it's Stafford. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. And he'll go right back to to Andrews. Touchdown, Chargers. Mark Andrews, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. So they will get on the scoreboard here. Give them credit for that. Too little, too late, but no zero. Oh, you're going slow clap on me.
Not very nice, is it?
No, but they haven't been very nice on offense. It's been a struggle. Stafford's going to try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. No return here for Clay Brooks, so it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the fourth quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And now the Chargers are going to signal for another timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Okay, ready?
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on third down. They're going to look to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. Third and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said, third and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Rolling to his left. That is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Paris Campbell from 13 yards out. And the Chargers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. It is true. The lead cut to 10, 23-13. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And don't look now, but they've got a little bit of a battle on their hands again. Back to a 2-score game. The interception that led to a touchdown. You'd have to think they're a little more careful here if they do indeed try to throw the football.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by the last throw. You know, that type of throw with this type of a game, I'm going to be very careful about it. Maybe the only throw you make is maybe a toss to your halfback or something like that. Otherwise, take care of the thing and finish this bad boy off.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Hey, check nigga.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Let's go.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Ready?
Now a handoff as they run left side. And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning. It was T.J. Edwards who brought him down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Ready?
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. 80 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Let's go now.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. Now, hold on a second. Why would they decline that? Charles?
I don't have a good answer for you, but let's work the math here a little bit. If you take the penalty, you get 5 yards. Minimum.
You're in the positive in the yardage, and you get to rerun the down you just had.
I like that. I like that little extra on top of the whole thing. This makes 0 sense.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. A lot more was on the line in this one than just defending your home field, CD. They defend their home field against a division rival and get the victory, so this one feels a little extra special.
It has to, right? There's always just a little more emphasis on games like this. Everyone talks about playing each game the exact same way, but you and I both know that is not true. Division rivals, you want to take care of business not just at home, but against a team that you really don't like very much, too.
So for Kansas City, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Indianapolis next week. Meanwhile, for the Chargers, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.